Tinubu honored Buhari in death, but Buhari snubbed Shagari when he died. Grandson laments. Good day, my dear listeners. Here I bring to you another interesting news. Thanks for joining. The news I bring to you today states that Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, honored Buhari in death, but Buhari snubbed Shagari when he died. Grandson laments. Good day, my dear listeners. Now, moving on to the full details, can you please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Grandson of former Nigerian's first executive president, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, Nura Muhammad Mahe, has accused the late president, Muhammadu Buhari, of failing to honor his father with a state burial in 2018. Unlike the dignified burial Buhari received from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In a statement issued in Sokoto on Wednesday, Mahe expressed disappointment over the manner in which his grandfather was treated by the Buhari administration and described President Tinubu's gesture as a model of national unity and respect. This is in sharp contrast to how my grandfather, President Shehu Shagari, was treated during the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, he said. He recalled that Shagari died on December 28, 2018, and was buried a day later without the presence of President Buhari or any state-organized honor, despite Buhari being in the country. Instead of Buhari attending the burial at the time, he sent a delegation led by the then Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, to represent the government, Mahe stated. It was a painful experience for the Shagari family and many Nigerians who expected more honor for a man who served as Nigeria's first executive president, he added. He alleged that the treatment was due to unresolved political grievances and further stated, even in that, Buhari failed to show due respect to his predecessor. Mahe commended Tinubu for demonstrating statesmanship by attending Buhari's funeral in person and for establishing a high-level committee to oversee the burial, urging future leaders to take a cue from his gesture. He concluded with prayers for all deceased Nigerian leaders, stating that their roles, whether celebrated or debated, remain significant in the country's history. Shagari died at the National Hospital Abuja on December 28, 2018, after a brief illness. He died at the age of 93. Shagari was born in the northern Shagari village, founded by his great-grandfather, Ahmadu Rufai, who was also the village head and took the name Shagari as his family name. With his wealth of experience in service, Shagari served in ministerial or cabinet posts 7 times, first as a federal minister and later as federal commissioner from 1958 to 1975. In 1954, Shagari was elected to his first public office as a member of the Federal House of Representatives for Sokoto West. In 1958, Shagari was appointed as parliamentary secretary He left the post in 1959 to the Nigerian Prime Minister, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. That year, he also served as the Federal Minister for Commerce and Industries. From 1959 to 1960, Shagari was redeployed to the Ministry of Economic Development as the Federal Minister of Economic Development. From 1959 to 1960, Shagari was redeployed to the Ministry for Economic Development as the Federal Minister for Economic Development. From 1962 to 1965, Shagari was made the Federal Minister for Internal Affairs. From 1965 until the first military coup in January 1966, Shagari served as the Federal Minister for Works. In 1967, he was appointed as the Secretary for Sokoto Province Education Development Fund. From 1968 to 1969, Shagari was given a state position in the northwestern states as Commissioner for Establishment. After the Nigerian Civil War from 1970 to 1971, Shagari was appointed by the military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, as the Federal Commissioner for Economic Development, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction. From 1971 to 1975, he served as the Federal Commissioner, a position now called Minister of Finance.